Hi, this is Brian from CutterPros.com. Today we're going to look at how to replace the cutting strip on a CR series vinyl cutter. We've tried all kinds of things with these cutting strips to get them in. The way Creation does them is that they slide them in from the end through the length when this end plate is not connected. Now to disconnect the end plate and to slide the strip in and then reconnect the end plate is a lot of trouble because everything is connected to the end plate. So unfortunately in the field, we need to kind of tap them in to the front. Now we've tried heating them up with water, we've tried poking them in with screwdrivers, we've tried all kinds of things. The strip is a trapezoidal shape, so on each end the idea is that it has undercuts in the cutter that allow for the retention of the strip. And to get this in from the front is very difficult. So unfortunately the best way we found to do this is actually just to tap it in with a hammer. So what we're going to do first is we're going to remove the strip that's already there. And it'll peel right out. If you need, you can poke it with a little pick, pull up the end, and then once you pull up the end, the whole thing will just pop right out. So once that's out, you want to put the new strip in. What you're going to do is you're going to put the back side in first, kind of shoving it up with your fingers, and you'll see how it sits up above the level of the cutter. Then what you're going to do basically is you're going to take your hammer and you're going to lightly tap on it until that flange goes down underneath the front. What you're going to do is you're just going to tap all along the length. And you'll see this really doesn't damage the cutter or anything. The cutter is very robust. You're going to want to be careful when you get to the ends. You've got these limit switches here on both sides, and you'll want to avoid them when you're tapping in with the hammer. Maybe when you get to the end you can use another device like a screwdriver or something to gently tap in the very ends if needed. But be careful that you don't damage these limit switches. Pause. Back again, tapping the strip in with the hammer. You can see I'm just kind of holding the back side in while I'm tapping in the front. Obviously careful with your fingers. You can see this is in throughout this length that I just tapped in. As you rub your fingers over it, you might feel little areas where it's not quite in all the way, and if you feel that, just kind of go back in and tap it down a little bit more. Flat and I'm not really damaging the, zoom in here a little bit, see if you can see, but there's no damage to the cutter at all as we do this. Carefully move your carriage away by hand. Always remember as you move a carriage by hand to move it slowly so you don't generate currents going back into the motherboard, which could damage it. So that's about the speed at which you want to move your head if you're moving it by hand. The rollers, scoot them out of the way. So you don't tap on the rollers. The cutting strips always come in to a longer length than what you need. So simple pair of scissors and you can cut the strip to the correct size. And you can see as we get towards the end here, we get close to our limit switch. And that's about as far as we can go. And so you'll want to use a little screwdriver or some other tool to tap it in to the very end. When you're done, just take your finger, go over it, make sure there's no high spots. If you see any high spots, just tap them down. And that's it. All in. Thank you.